MashaAllah, you're doing great. Let's move on to the next ayah. The immediately merciful, the always merciful. Now this one should be easy because you actually already learned part of it. In Arabic, al means the, Rahman means immediately merciful, al means the, and Rahim means always merciful. This should look very familiar to you. So we have Al-Rahman, Al-Rahim, and again, the only changes we're going to make is change the L's to R's, like we said, and change that A to an I. Then we have Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, and that's that whole ayah. So one more time, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Excellent. Let's go to the next ayah. Owner of the Day of Judgment. So in Arabic, Malik means owner, Yawm means day, Al means the, and Deen means judgment, or literally repayment. So Malik, Yawm, Al-Deen. Like we mentioned before, sometimes the L and Al is going to change to the letter in front of it, depending on what letter that is. Letters that do that are actually called sun letters, and that's how we're going to refer to them for the rest of the video. So D is a sun letter, so Al-Deen becomes Ad-Deen. And then we're going to just add an I at the end of the K in Malik, so it's going to become Maliki Yawmiddin. Once again, Maliki Yawmiddin. Awesome, so let's go on to the next line. You alone we worship, and you alone we seek for aid. So we'll just break that in half and start with you alone we worship. So in Arabic, Iyaka means you alone, and Na'bud means we worship. Na'bud's kind of tricky pronunciation-wise. It has an ayn after the A, but there's no vowel after the A. So it's not Na'bud, it's Na'bud. So Iyaka Na'bud. We actually don't have to make any changes with this one so far. So let's move to the next line. And you alone we seek for aid. So in Arabic, wa means and, Iyaka means you alone, and nasta'een means we seek for aid. Wa iyaka nasta'een. We're also not going to change this one. So great. Let's put them together. Only thing we're going to do is put a U after the D in Na'bud. So Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. Once again, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. The next ayah is guide us to the straight path. So in Arabic, Ihdina means guide us, and that's a hard H. Al means the. Sirat means path, and that's an emphatic S and an emphatic T. Al means the, and Mustaqim means straight, and that's a Q, the Qa, not just a K, but a Qa. So Ihdina al-Sirat al-Mustaqim. So we have two Al's here, and the question is, are we going to change them? Well, the first Al is in front of Sirat, and Sa is a sun letter, so that is going to change. So Al-Sirat is going to become As-Sirat. And then we have another Al in front of Mustaqim, but M is not a sun letter, so the L is going to stay the way it is. So we have Ihdina as-Sirat al-Mustaqim. Make sure to double that Sa. Once again, Ihdina as-Sirat al-Mustaqim. Alright, we're almost at the end. The next part is the path of those upon whom you showered favor. So in Arabic, Sirat means path, Alladhina means those, An'amta means you showered favor, and Alayhim means upon them. So Sirat Alladhina An'amta Alayhim. And good news, we don't have to change anything. Once again, Sirat Alladhina An'amta Alayhim. The last part is nothing like the recipients of anger, nor the lost. And we're going to break this up even further to start with just nothing like the recipients of anger. So in Arabic, Ghayr means nothing like, nothing resembling, completely different than. Al means the. Maghdub means angered, make sure it's that emphatic D. And alayhim means upon them. So we have Ghayr al-Maghdub alayhim. A couple of quick changes. We're going to change the A in Al to I, and then we're going to add an I at the end of Maghdub to make it Maghdubi. So it's going to be Ghayr al-Maghdubi alayhim. And the last chunk is real easy, nor the lost. So in Arabic, Wa means and, La means not, Al means the, and Dhalin means lost. Now we have a lot to remember for Dhalin. It's the emphatic D, long A, double L, and a long I. So Wa, La, Al, Dhalin. The only change we're going to make here, and I think you might already have anticipated this, Dha is another sun letter, so it's going to change the L and Al to Dha. So we're going to have Walad Dhalin. So to put the two together, we actually don't have to make any changes at all. So it's going to be غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Once again, غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Alright, and last but not least, when you're using Surah Al-Fatiha in your salah, in your prayer, you're going to end it by saying Ameen, which has the same meaning as the English word Amen. Once again, Ameen. Okay, so now that we've gone through the entire surah, word by word, ayah by ayah, let's review the whole surah from the top. We can recite it together, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
MashaAllah, you got through the whole surah.
Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
Now don't worry if you're having some difficulty with the pronunciations. Inshallah, just keep reviewing and check out the pronunciation guide in the first video of this series if you haven't already. Also, if you check out the video description, it's like right there, inshallah, there should be a link to a printable chart that outlines the entire surah, so inshallah you can practice wherever you are. Inshallah, I hope you find this video helpful. Inshallah, I hope you find this video helpful. Inshallah, I hope you find this video helpful. If you get stuck, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd be happy to give further clarification, inshallah. May Allah make your learning easy for you. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How many words she's read before? She's consumed 2,000 books or more. Musty pulp and glue soundproof her tiny room. She cannot understand why this book in her hand fascinates her now so much. She's almost shy to touch. Don't think about the words, it's just a book, paper and ink. She reaffirms, reminds herself a book can't dictate what to think. It invites, intrigues her more than others on her shelf. Is it just another book? She sits questioning herself. Oh Allah, she's so afraid to read.